Hello, and welcome to Plant Based Cooking with AARP. Folks, we want to remind you that AARP empowers people to choose how they live as they age. AARP is a nonpartisan 501c4 organization that has over 420,000 members in Alabama. AARP's role is to advocate for those families, those 50 plus, and their families. Having low problems this morning. Chef, what are you cooking for us today?
We are doing egg roll in a bowl.
Egg roll in a bowl. That sounds pretty good. Okay. Egg roll in a bowl. They didn't come to see me, Chef. They came to see you. Are you ready?
I'm ready. So, what we're doing today is egg roll in a bowl. And even though it is in a bowl, we are still going to have a little wonton action here. And so I've got your regular egg roll wrapper made out of wonton. And sometimes it's nice to just fry a whole piece just for aesthetics, if you're maybe going to plate it that way. But I'm going to cut these into some little triangles just so that they'll fry up a little easier. And we're just going to use them as some decoration at the end. Triangles and mixed match triangles. So getting our oil hot, and don't want to have any splatter, so let me dry the water off of here. So I've got some oil heating up in the pan, some avocado oil, and it's probably very close to being ready. I'm going to put a piece of this in here and see what happens. It's close. All right. So it's going to fry up super, super quick. Put it in, probably turn it over, and it's good to go. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put these other pieces in here. Let that fry up really quick. And you just want to get it to where you want it. I think that's good. Just going to put these few little pieces over. Okay. And you can buy the wonton where they're already cut if you don't want to do that. You know, just save a few bucks doing it yourself. Okay. All right. I might turn the heat down a little bit too much. But this, like I said, it's just going to be a little decoration when we get done. I'll just put our pieces in here. Nice and crispy. All right. And I did not have a lot of oil in this pan, but probably have too much for what we're working with right now. And so I'm going to pour a little bit of this off. And I have some ginger here in this bowl. Take that out. And I'm going to just turn that off and pour a little bit out. And just leave a little bit in there. You can just use the same skillet. It's not going to hurt anything. All right. And to this, we're going to add our garlic and ginger. Now, what I like to do with the garlic and ginger is to make a large batch of it. So probably, half cup garlic, half cup of ginger that's peeled, which I'm going to show you how to do in a second, and then maybe a quarter to half a cup of oil. And you just put that in a blender and you puree it. So if you do a lot of stir fries, fried rice, curries, egg roll in a bowl. It's just nice to have, and you have it already peeled and ready to go. So I'm going to peel this with a metal spoon over the trash here. And the peeling is just going to come off of the ginger. And because you don't want that in there. So it's going to be a little bitter. So we're just removing the skin, and it just comes off very easily. You could use a knife or you could use a potato peeler, but that's going to take off a lot of your flesh. So I'm going to now take this ginger and slice it up, and then sort of make matchsticks out of it, and then come back and julienne. So this is in case if you don't have what I mentioned earlier, but if you were to do this in a blender and have it already ready to go, you literally could just take a spoonful of it, put it in your skillet, and you're good to go. And it lasts a pretty long time too. I'd say it probably lasts about a month in the refrigerator in a covered container. But it's just nice to have something like that ready, and you don't have to do it every time. So just gonna dice that up. I'm gonna add a little bit more. Cut up another one of these. Like I said, we're gonna make some slices. Then we're gonna make some matchsticks. And then we're gonna dice it up from there. And so then I'm just going to chop it through as fine as I can with a knife. You don't want to get the woodiness of it in your dish. So that's why you want to try and chop it as much as you can. All right. I'm going to put our heat back on, our oil back on. Okay. One more again. All right, that's nice. So we're going to put this in our oil, which is already hot. And we're going to add our garlic.
Chef, how much ginger did you say?
So this is about a thumb-sized piece of ginger. If that's too much for you, you can definitely hold back on it a little bit and then add more as needed or desired. And I'm just basically cooking this through just a tad, just to soften it up. Okay. And to this, I'm going to add jalapeno that's been cut up. And of course, if you don't want a lot of heat, you can just do half a jalapeno. I have de-seeded it, so you don't have that worry there. And I've got some shredded carrots and onions as well. So we're going to add that in. And that biggest part of this dish is just the prep and the chopping of everything initially. So once you get everything cut up, it's pretty easy. It sort of makes itself. Okay. All right. So to this, we want to season it up a little bit. Okay. And I'm also going to add in some sesame oil, some toasted sesame oil here. Okay. That's a little secret little hint. So we got our garlic, granulated garlic, our salt and black pepper. We're going to add that to this as well. And we're going to just layer the seasoning and layer the flavors of the dish. Okay.
Chef, how long would you estimate the prep time is on this one?
I would say maybe 30 minutes. You're going to cut your cabbage. You can cut it with a knife. You can use a mandolin. You can do your vegetables. and it's not a lot of vegetables. You can definitely add different things to this if you want. You could add like some mushrooms and stuff, but I'd say about 30 minutes would be good. All right, and here is our cabbage I was just mentioning that I shredded, and I did it with a knife, but you can definitely use a mandolin if you have one. Okay.
I don't know. That mandolin is a little dangerous.
Yeah, yeah, definitely can be. So I did, like I said, I did this by hand, and it didn't take very long. And this is half of a cabbage here. You can use the whole cabbage if you want, uh, but if you're going to feed a couple people, and this is the only thing they're eating, this would be a good portion. So I'm going to just kind of layer the cabbage in and stir it around, season it sort of in batches. Okay. And I'm going to put a cover on this. So, so that it'll sweat down nicely. And the oil helps too, to kind of wilt it. You're almost frying it a little bit. Add a little bit more of this oil that we had in here. And
It seems like a very quick dinner.
it is very simple. Very simple and easy. So, and I may not even use all of this cabbage for right now, but you certainly can. But just for the sake of time, I'm gonna get it wilted, get it going a little bit. Add a little bit more of that seasoning with salt to help wilt it. Okay. And I'm gonna use this skillet as the lid. Okay. Turn it up just a tad. And this is the cabbage that we have left. So it was, I guess, a medium-sized head of cabbage. But you can also do this in batches if you'd like. So, oh, I need to put my scallions in. So I'll open this back up and put some scallions in on the top. And mix those in. So,
Can you vary this recipe? Can you add different things to it?
yeah, you can add different vegetables. You know, you think about an egg roll. What's in an egg roll? It's pretty simple, but you can mimic or imitate some things. Like you might want to have your chorizo, vegan chorizo, or some kind of sausage or something like that, vegan sausage, and that would be nice. If you do some of the plant-based shrimp, you can cook them and add them in, probably saute them initially with the first vegetable before you put the cabbage in. So, but you can make anything of it. I want to say broccoli, but that's more on the fried rice style. But you can add any vegetables in this that you want, And like I said, if you put it in a that egg roll wrapper that's fried, almost like a base, almost like a taco salad, sort of. And then you just put the ingredients in there on top of that. So that's just wilting down. And it also, how tender do you like your greens? That's going to be the telltale of how long you cook this. So, but it's got really nice color. If you didn't want to use all of that jalapeno, you could go with half a jalapeno and maybe some red pepper, some red bell pepper. That would be nice and beautiful and colorful as well. So, put this top back on for a little bit longer. I think we're going to be good to go. You can adjust the seasonings too. I'm going to put a little bit of this coconut aminos in the place of soy. If you
And
want,
what does that? What will that do, Chef?
I'm sorry.
The coconut aminos. What does
It's
that do?
like it's in place of soy, but you use in
Okay.
place of soy. Now, if you use soy, by all means, go right ahead and use soy. And it helps to turn it a little bit and wolf it down as well. I'm going to taste a little piece and see how. Then I'm add a little bit more aminos. And I'll say I probably did maybe a tablespoon and a half to this amount. All right. And I say we're not ready to plate up, folks. Just that fast. And we did the sesame tahini dressing. That is in the recipe. So make sure you did that. I've already pureed up. Here are all the ingredients on that. And we're just going to use that sort of at the end. And then also, if you want to finish with some herbs and spices, if you've got some Thai basil, that would be nice in here. If you like cilantro, we use cilantro, and that's what I've got, a little bit of cilantro and some the green tops of the scallion. So, and I'm just going to mix that in here at the end. It smells really delicious, guys. And the tahini, the sesame tahini, you don't need it. It's sort of like a sweet, savory sauce. You know, you might want to dip your wonton crisps in it. Okay. All right. Turn that off. That was really a quick dish. Although I didn't do all the cabbage, but you see how fast that is, fast that goes. So we'll add that in our bowl here. And this is something that's comforting that you might want to make and sit in front of the TV and watch something fun on the tube. Try not to make too much of a mess here. All right. So yeah. Clean that up. Okay, and then you got your wonton crisps. And then you've got your sesame tahini dressing. And it's just like what you might make with peanut butter, but if you're allergic to peanuts, you can use tahini. And then just drizzle that on over there. And that's it. Egg roll in a bowl. Really simple and easy.
Wow, that was quick. That seems like so with prep time and preparation, looks like we're really about 40 minutes for a meal.
Yeah, very quick and easy.
That's great. That's great. Well, folks, we'll see you next month. Uh, Too bad we don't have smell-o-vision. We'll see you next month on March 29th for plant-based cooking with AARP Alabama. Thank you.